never changes.
Hello YouTube, this is Travis Dunn with MDL, and this is my vlog. And for those of you who don't know, France, or Paris in particular, received a series of bombings from ISIS terrorists. It was a highly coordinated attack. Over 100 people are known dead, and several more were injured. The Islamic State in Syria took responsibility for the attacks, and so far France has been in lockdown as far as their borders, not allowing a lot of people in and out of the country. They did release a possible 8th terrorist involved in the attack, and they're hoping to be able to catch that person. ISIS since then has issued threats against the U.S., Great Britain, and Russia. And even recently at a G20 summit, we've seen President Obama and Vladimir Putin, I never pronounced that guy's last name correctly, the Russian president, having discussions concerning the matter, and which was kind of unusual to see those two sort of having normal conversations and seeing a little more eye to eye. But obviously, Russia being very close to Syria, could very well make them a major target. I imagine, though, if they do attempt to attack Russia, that Russia will attack more severely than we've even seen from France, who has recently increased its bombings against Syrian targets. It's a horrible thing, and my heart goes out to the people of France. I actually was at a concert when I found out the news concerning it, and but a lot of countries are obviously, very supportive of France and what they're doing. And these attacks were part of basically retaliation for their participation in trying to stop terrorists in the Syrian state. That also has caused obviously a lot of backlash against Muslims, and so much so that a lot of U.S. states are refusing Syrian refugees, rightfully though, not being able to know who's a good person, who's a good guy and who's a terrorist, leaves a lot in question as far as, bringing those type of people into the states openly, considering the recent attacks. But one of the things that I think we need to remember too is, the 9/11 attacks prompted some of the most restrictive or unrestrictive to the government laws and policies that have allowed the NSA to collect data on anybody for no reason, without a court order or a warrant. And certainly that's something we have to keep in mind, and we have to certainly think about moving forward from these type of events. And like I said, my heart goes out to the people of France. Apologize, I'm having to keep notes. I've got a lot to talk about in this vlog. I literally had to sit down and type it out. As of this morning of this taping, Charlie Sheen made an announcement on the Today Show stating that he was HIV positive, which doesn't technically come as a big surprise to me, considering his known issues with drug abuse. Obviously, he's very flamboyant in his sexual escapades, even at one point having 3 women younger than me, and obviously, young enough for him to be their father, having them, parading them around. Apparently he's known for the last 4 years that he's been HIV positive. And I'm very curious to see whether or not, because in the state of California where he resides, not divulging that to sexual partners is considered a crime, and you can go to prison for it. And I'm very curious if something of that nature may occur here in the near future. And I think back to some of his prior interviews where he talks about having tiger blood and things like that, and I'm just he's a very eccentric actor, and I do like a lot of the things he's played in, but definitely think psychologically he is damaged in a lot of ways. So I made mention that I wanted to get a camcorder, and my wife has sort of heard me kind of grumble about it. So she decided to get with another family member, and they actually did purchase a camera. That camera should arrive tomorrow, hopefully. It's supposed to be overnighted. But when I'll actually get to play with that camera is kind of up in the air. It is technically a Christmas birthday gift, and my wife can be stubborn when it comes to things like that. She doesn't actually like buying things knowing that I know what I'm getting, but in the same boat, she loves to drive me crazy with them. So sometime between now and Christmas, I will have a new camera. I will do a full review of it, of course, and but I'm hoping to be able to do more videos and move around and not just do these vlogs. And it's kind of one of the things that have held me up as far as doing extra videos for the SD project. It is a Canon Vixima HF. I have to look at my notes. R600. Got a package deal for $200, which is actually the retail price going right now. But we got a camera bag and a 16 gig memory card that is included with the package. I was looking at the Sony CX405, but I recently stopped in at Best Buy just to look around and see what they had, what they might have had an open box, and they had a Canon R500 on display, and strangely enough, it had the external microphone input, which is something, it was a feature I really kind of wanted, because obviously I want to put, like a shotgun mic or whatever, to do, run and gun shooting. So that was a feature I really wanted and felt was worth the extra money. So, but that's the camera, that she bought me. So right now I'm kind of looking around and hunting for some aftermarket batteries. I don't like spending the money on the Canon batteries. They're so ridiculously expensive. Right now the upgraded battery for that camcorder is $100, $120 retail. And I'm looking at a couple of different aftermarket batteries on Amazon. But apparently the trick with that is I need to get what is known as a fully decoded battery, which basically means it's got a processing chip in it that allows the camera and the battery to talk to each other to give some idea of how much battery power is left, and so it would actually display that so that I can know when it's time to change the batteries in it. So that'll be my next purchase here in the near future. I did mention recently about getting some extra lighting. I got another spotlight basically with and I upgraded to some LEDs. And I think I also picked up some semi-transparent shower curtains. Or shower caps, sorry, for, like hair caps. And just to help diffuse some of the light so it's not so flashy at me. But I do think I need to pick up one or two more of those lights. So I might be doing that here in the near future. Let's see. Fallout 4. Fallout 4 came out this last week. I did pick it up. It is technically for Austin's Christmas present. Was on his list. So I haven't got to play it yet, obviously. I'll get to play it sometime after Christmas. I also picked up the Target exclusive Fallout 4 Nuka-Cola Quantum. This was made by Jones's Soda, and kind of highly disappointed with this one. Obviously, you see, I got one bottle. I literally went early that morning, waited till they opened. I was about one of 8 people in line when the store opened, and picked this up. I was expecting this to come as a 4-pack, which was my first major disappointment. Obviously, this is just a regular soda that they already carried. It's just in a different bottle and a different label. So I will not be opening it and drinking it. I have thought about picking up the regular product to actually try the product and see what that particular flavor tastes like. It's a berry flavor of some sort. But my disappointment with that was, obviously, they were only doing one per person, and that store was supposed to also have a couple of other side products available to purchase the day the game came out, and strangely enough, they didn't have any of those. They didn't get any of those. So I went to another store. It was like 10 minutes down the road. I figured it was worth a shot. Get there. They didn't even get any of the Jones's Soda. We also didn't get any of the additional promotional items that were supposed to be available for sale. So I managed to go to another store. It was a little bit later. It was probably about an hour and a half after the stores had opened. And obviously that store had already sold out their stock of the Quantums. But they actually did get the additional promotional items. So I don't know what the deal is with Target, what the hell was going on with them. Certainly it was definitely a botched release. Technically, by Ohio law, that one store could have gotten sued for false advertisement, as that product was advertised in the ad. Every store should have gotten it is required by law in Ohio to have a minimum of 3 of that item to be advertised. So I'm highly disappointed that obviously I couldn't get any additional, and I didn't buy them to purchase. I'll be honest, I've seen them going on eBay anywhere from $20 to $50 a bottle. I was actually trying to get 2 additional ones for James and Doc, because they live in Chillicothe and there isn't no Target. So, kind of disappointed that's the only one I got. And just, it was such an aggravation that day to not be able to get that or any of the additional promotional items that were available. Still not even sure how they managed to get Target got the deal with him, because they don't even sell the Jones's Soda product in their stores. So last Friday, I went to Tom Keffler. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his last name properly. And he was the lead singer of the band Cinderella, which, some people go, well, how do you even know who Cinderella is? Well, I grew up in the late 80s and early 90s. Obviously, hair bands, things like that were big. Cinderella, I knew pretty well. And a friend of mine called me up, said, hey, I got a free ticket if you want to go. It's the Hard Rock Cafe up in... officially, I think it's in Northfield is what the town's called, but it's roughly Cleveland. And so I was like, if I can get it off, and I asked, and then work said, yeah, it's fine. So I went to the concert. It was a great concert. He sounded pretty much just as good on stage as he has on the CD, and that's kind of surprising. There's not a lot of singers or bands or groups that sound as good on stage as they do, or should I say, sound as good on stage as their albums. So yeah, it was highly surprising that was such a good concert, and we ate at it's actually what they call the Roxino, which is their casino with their concert venue, and we sat and ate at their Hard Rock Cafe. It was actually pretty good. I can't really complain. So that that's one of those. If I get a chance to go see him again, I probably will. So Christmas is right around the corner, and obviously I've already talked about some Christmas gifts. We've already started purchasing gifts for the kids, and we're starting to see the Black Friday ads. Most of them have already been released. Obviously, being only about a little over a week away from actual Thanksgiving, and we've been highly surprised that, I mean, there's some stuff we expected to be on that sale, but there are many items that are showing up that are like, oh, Black Friday, and then you look them up and it's really not. It's very little or no actual price difference between what you can buy it today as when getting it on that Friday. And I imagine if Walmart does what they did last year, next week they will probably go, okay, whatever was in everybody else's ads, we'll match it for Monday and Tuesday or whatever. And we definitely took advantage of those specials last year, and it's been interesting to see that, like I said, not a lot of good deals have really come out. So Sunday, a friend of mine posted that they were doing a toy drive at a local bar, and I decided it was almost 70 degrees. I took the bike out. Had a nice ride. It was on the north side of Columbus, so about a half hour away from the house, and like I said, it was nice to get the bike out and actually get to ride it. I had actually put it on, like I said in a previous vlog, I already put the battery tender on it and all that. I took that off. In fact, I'm gonna probably today put that back on it because the weather's gonna start turning cold again. And but it was nice to get the bike out, and I'm looking forward to next year. Hopefully the weather's a little more agreeable, and we'll get a chance to put some real miles on that bike. So there was a couple things I forgot to talk about in my last vlogs. Halloween, obviously, was at the beginning of the month, or the end of last month, and the son stayed and passed out candy. We had about 100 trick-or-treaters. They were keeping track on how many kids they were giving candy out to. And I walked around with the daughter, with some of her friends, and oh my goodness, listen to a bunch of 12, 13-year-olds, 11, 12-ish. Oh my God, it's like, oh my God, and it was my daughter. Like, it wasn't like I was with a bunch of girls. It was my daughter and like 4 other boys. And just to listen to them talking back and forth, and just, even now, just gives me a headache. And they just literally talked about nothing. Oh, I should be concerned considering how she gets along with boys. And just, it's one of those things that I'm having to come to terms with as a father. One of the local neighborhoods, and it's not us, but very close to us, had several reports of candy tampering. One of them reported a razor blade and a candy bar, and those people are just sick. I don't understand what people's thing is, or why they feel like they should do that to little kids. But just as a parent, I always taught my kids to check the candy before they eat it. Any candy bar to kind of crack them open a little bit before they eat them, because you never know what some sicko decided to do to the candy. And so, you know, just from one parent to another, check your kids' candy over. Get them in the habit of candy bars, you know, like I said, kind of cracking them open to make sure there's not been any tampering. And if anything looks out of place, anything just doesn't feel right, throw the candy away. It's not worth your kids' life, obviously, for a piece of candy. The elections, and I can't remember if I talked about this in my last vlog. The marijuana thing got shot down by a huge margin. And I imagine that part of it was the fact that I just don't think Ohio is ready for that. And frankly, I'm kind of on the fence about whether it's a good idea or a bad idea. And a lot of people didn't like the fact that they really had a monopoly on the supply. And when, you know, there was only going to be 10 growers, they had already been, you know, these predetermined growers were going to be able to even grow. And that just automatically set the supply. And, you know, obviously if demand is high, the prices are going to go up. And that is the epitome of a monopoly. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be something that's going to pass anytime soon. And certainly it's just not something that I think is a really, really good idea. I did pick up Half-Life 2 on a Steam sale for like $2.99. I'm actually kind of interested in sitting down. That's a game that I've looked at and I've just never purchased. And I figured for $2 or $3 it was worth the price to go ahead and pick it up. And so now I think I'm up to around 70 or so Steam games. So it'll be interesting to sit down and play that. Obviously Fallout 4 will be a game that I will be going over, or Fallout 5, sorry. Fallout 4. Halo 5 will be a game I'm going to do a video hopefully here soon. I've been kind of sketching things together. I just haven't put it all together and sit down and have a discussion. So, but Fallout 4, like I said, won't be until after Christmas, before I'll even get a chance to play it. And Doc's been scratching at me because he managed to pick it up, and he's been playing it quite a lot. But I think that I'll be honest, that was quite a bit of stuff to go through this week. Like I said, my heart goes out to the people of France. Certainly, it's a tragedy what happened. I hope that their government doesn't take advantage of the situation and you know, do things that are not helpful to the situation. So at the end of this vlog today, I'm going to show you the video that I did record at the event of Tom talking about his feelings about the Paris bombings. So this is me signing off. I hope everybody has a great day, has a great week. If I don't get a vlog out before Thanksgiving, I hope everybody has a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Remember, don't drink and drive. And make sure to go someplace where you can take a nap, because we all know we like to take a nap after eating a lot of turkey. So thank you, and have a great day.
Badass musician here. And you people are badass. And I've saved this till the end of the show to say this because I didn't want to come in with something negative, but I am wearing the France flag on my arm tonight because fuck those motherfuckers that did that shit over there. I said fuck those motherfuckers, and let's say some prayers for France tonight. Will you keep France in your prayers tonight, people? God bless them. Those people are in hell right now. That's a real tragedy, so keep them in your thoughts and your prayers, all right? We love you. God bless you. Thanks for coming out here tonight. And you be safe on your way home. We love you. We'll see you next time.